Hello and welcome. I'm Cher, the Shadow Walker, and today I'm taking a look at Bigfoot, Dogman, Hellhound, Skinwalkers, and spider humanoids across Canada. I might split it up in the middle if there's too many or not. The activity had been at a lull for a couple of days and it's starting with an uptick again. So I am looking now at Bigfoot in Great Slave Lake in British Columbia on March 11th at 8:45 p.m. Two witnesses, and they reported it to the community board. They noted a moving bipedal figure, heavy rhythmic footfalls, and a dogman sighting in Hope, BC on March 12th at 2:30 a.m. in the morning. One person saw the creature. It crouched over a deer, and when it stood upright, it was over 7+ feet with amber eyes. A mutilation. Northeast British Columbia, March 12th, 6 a.m., one person. And it's noted in the RCM file number 14. A yearling bull, tongue, ears removed, 0 blood. Now we're moving on to Alberta. There's a strange event in Alberta, Drumheller, at 11 p.m. digital, and they reported it to the community scanner. A 3-minute high-frequency hum was recorded. There was a mutilation in Drumheller, and it was on March 12th at 7 a.m. was when it was found. And it was one person, a local resident, 10+ coyotes dead in a perfect circle with no trauma. And in mutilation in Madden, Alberta, on March 12th in the morning, two people, they're ranchers, and they reported it in the ranch log. A cow missing its udder, sex organs, and dog cowered in silence. Aw. So now we're going to go Saskatchewan and Manitoba. So in the Narrow Hills area in Saskatchewan, a Bigfoot was sighted at 10:15 p.m. on March 11th. 4 witnesses. They reported it to the Saskatchewan CRYPTID Registry. They had deep chest vibrations and a howl and trees snapping. And a skinwalker in Saskatoon on March 12th at 1:30 a.m. in the morning, 2 witnesses, and they reported it to the community forum, mimicked a woman's voice running on 2 legs. Didn't really give a description of it. Spider humanoid in St. Louis, Saskatchewan, March 12th, 3:45 a.m., one person. They reported it to the digital tracker. The spindly limbs clinging to a bridge, mechanical-like speed. Hellhound in Winnipeg. So in Manitoba and Winnipeg on March 11th at 11:50 p.m., 3 people, and they reported it to the paranormal dispatch, a black dog with glowing eyes, and it left no tracks in the snow. Animal mutilation in Brandon, Manitoba on March 12th in the morning, 2 people. They reported it to the RCMP. It was 3 sheep found in a ditch, ears removed, and they looked like they had been dropped from an incredible height. There's no other information on that. And a strange event in Whiteshell, Manitoba, March 12th, 3:15 a.m., 2 people. They reported it to a research group. Metallic scream vocalization near the lake. Now we're doing Ontario and Quebec, so central Canada. Algonquin Park for a dogman on March 12th at 1:15 a.m. One witness. They reported it to the cryptid database. It was standing over a moose carcass as they drove by, and they noted that it hissed at the staff member. And a mutilation in Quadville, Ontario on March 12th in the morning. One person, and they reported it to a tracker file. Two calves with total, so they had all their blood drained from them and they had no flesh eaten. It's kind of creepy. And then in Quebec, a spider humanoid. On March 12th at 2:10 a.m. in the morning, one person, it was a security guard, and he logged it in the security file. They noted it was climbing vertical up a warehouse wall with a clicking sound on the metal, and it disappeared into a vent, like a heat vent or cooling vent. Skinwalker, St. Lawrence, Quebec. It was March 12th. So this morning at 4:50 a.m., one person, a rural network, they reported it to the rural network. It was a distorted coyote mimicking a whistling human. Strange events. And this was in Chute, Quebec. And it was March 11th at 10 p.m. One person, they reported it to the local forum. Iron wire nested with small animals laid in a row with their eyes missing. So, and then there was Mind Speak in Gaspé, Quebec at March 11th at midnight, 3 people. It's in the zero file. Intrusive thoughts, images of a 7-point star. That's what they got. Now we're moving on to the Atlantic. So New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, and Newfoundland. So in Prince Edward Island, hellhound sighting in the Goose River area at 9:15 p.m. on March 11th, 2 witnesses, and it was reported, it's file 14, it was reported, pacing the edge of a property, noted with red eyes. Some saying it's near my property that's down there, so I'll see when I go down. Mutilation, Goose River, March 12th, 8 a.m. One person, and it was reported to a property log file. Hawk fused to a fence post, no physical trauma. Spider humanoid in Prince Edward Island on the Confederation Bridge. It was seen on March 12th at 3 a.m. in the morning by one person, and it was noted to the Atlantic scanner. It's skittering under the bridge and shimmering look to it. And a dog man in New Brunswick on the Fundy Trail, March 12th at 12:40 a.m. One person, they reported it to the private log, perched on a rock 7 feet tall, leapt into a ravine. And an animal mutilation in Rex Cove on March 12th at 2 a.m. One person, they reported it to the zero file. A seal bisected perfectly after a screamer event. Signal Hill, Newfoundland, strange event. March 11th, 11:50 p.m. 4 people. Haunted history this place has. Vibrational shift, shattered glass in 3 different homes. The glass shattered in these homes simultaneously. Now in the Northwest Territories, the Yukon and Inuvik, Naga or Bushman, on March 11th at 10:10 p.m., witnesses were 2 people, and they reported it to the Taco sighting log. I hope I didn't mess up that word. I'm sorry if I did. Carrying a caribou carcass, incredible bipedal speed. So they seen that bushman carrying a caribou carcass, no problem. Animal mutilation in Yellowknife, Northwest Territories on March 12th at 4 a.m. One person, It's in an industrial log. Ravens found with internal heat trauma and liquefied. Spider humanoid in the Rankin Inlet in Nunavik on March 12th at 4:20 a.m. One person, they reported it to the Atlantic scanner, crawling vertically up a mine and had a glitching sound to it as it moved. Dogman in the Eagle Plains in the March 12th at 3:10 a.m. Two people, they reported it to the research log. Crouched on a snowbank, muscular human wolf build. And in Spider humanoid in Whitehorse, March 12th at 5:40 a.m., two people, they reported it to the digital scanner, and it was clinging to the ceiling of a service tunnel, and it made a clicking sound. Now, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. And if you wouldn't mind hitting the like or the subscribe, I'd appreciate that too. Thank you so much for your time. Bye and have a great day.